Yeah, GM everybody, GM.
I stepped away to grab a cup of coffee, and the room doubled. GM.
Yeah, GM.
I don't see Quiet Fox yet, and it looks like we might be missing a few more people, so I'll just give it another minute or two and we'll get started here 5 minutes after the hour. All right, it's getting too rowdy in here. I'm going to have to calm y'all down. All right, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Welcome to the 66th Weekly Education Guild meeting. You are welcome, and as always, good vibes only. We'll get started off here with the agenda items. We're going to review last week's agenda items, which I believe was a short or blank list, so that should go quick. We've got work group updates as usual. We'll hear from all the work group leaders and then roll into project updates and some other news items. We'll see if anybody new wants to introduce themselves. Is someone taking notes for this meeting before we get started?
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, Kutubu. Hey, I love slides like this. Last week's action items looks like we took care of everything. We'll just keep going. Cross-Guild Work Group. Would anyone like to present for Cross-Guild Work Group and let us know what's up, what's new, and what you need? Jim,
Should I go?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Jim. So just a few general updates from Cross Guild. We have developed a relation with Lightdow, and we had a knowledge session with them. So my just action item will be to follow up with QuietFox for feedback from that session. The second one, it's in progress. Trying to develop a relation with Uniswap, potentially having again a knowledge session about the protocol, or Genie. Genie is the part for the NFT, so it should be fun if we can get involved with some people there. And the third one, it's just updates from our Spider members. We have great reports from DevGuild, translations, design, writers, and I think marketing. So yeah, that's going fine. Again, we just need more involvement. And I think in the next session, we will be debating a bit more what the end goal for these reports will be, because just copy and paste the meeting notes from the guilds is not what we want.
Right.
We want more involvement in the guilds, and also that's the point of Cross Guild, establishing relations between education and other guilds. So we'll be working on that in the next work group meeting. So that's about it. And I think another one will be, but I don't know if QuietFox is here, but I will reach out to her. We do have an opportunity to promote our how-to and knowledge session in the newsletter roll-ups, but we need the session established at least 1 week ahead. So that will be a great way to attract more people to these learning sessions or how-to sessions. So yeah, that's about it from our side. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Liviu. I'm excited about that partnership, or that relationship with Uniswap there. If we can learn a little bit more about how Uniswap works and get a working relationship going, I think that'll be great for us. All right, education work group. QuietFox, do you want to lead the summary on this one?
Yeah, I can do that. Basically, just halfway through typing it. Basically, we have done, we're going through every week. Right now, it's continuous, so it's quite nice. We at least have 2 how-to sessions per week. I pulled out the knowledge session that we were supposed to have because I've calculated our, oh my goodness, did I just delete that? I calculated what happened to my slide? Did it get deleted?
It's showing up for me. Let's see.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Oh, it did get deleted.
How did it get deleted? I must have been. Yeah, I must have been playing around with it. Never mind. So I deleted. Which canceled the knowledge session because I did a budget, and I realized that if we plan to do everything that we plan to do in September, we are over budget. And also I need to replan that because we are over budget, but because we had something left over from last session, we should be all right for this week, for this month. But going forward into October, I need to be a little bit more careful about how many sessions we put. So that's why I took out the knowledge session, because I feel that the how-to sessions should be our base block, and then the knowledge sessions should be something that happens if we can fit it in. So for next week's session, we have a Gnosis session by Ernest, and I will do a collab session on Thursday. The session on last week's session was it went quite well, but the one I wanted to talk about was the session by Lido, Val of Lido, and it was really well attended. There was over 40 people that actually attended that session, so that was quite interesting. So it looks like if we can pull people from the protocols to actually present, there definitely is an audience for that. So maybe going forward, we'll take a look at that. I know that I just came in as Liviu was talking about the Uniswap thing, but Liviu, I think you're talking more like a grant that we can get from them so that we can present Uniswap within the DAO, correct? Is that where you're coming from?
Yes, and maybe we can get a person from their side to present. I think they are available for that, but we will see.
We will see. Yeah, so that's worth exploring. That's one of the things worth exploring. So, so going forward, we'll just be a little bit more, cognizant of the fact that we do have a budget to keep to. The other thing that I was going to say was also what Liviu talked about. Anointing Thomas actually approached us of actually putting the how-to sessions on the weekly roll-up, and we actually managed to get it in because I checked the roll-up and it was actually there. And Anointing Thomas, my apologies for actually giving it to you at the last minute. So I will make sure that everything is done and on sesh when I give it to you the next time round. I presume that you're going to be the lead person on this, that I'm going to be communicating with for Writers Guild. So if that is the case, then I will make sure that that gets done.
Yeah, sure, but Polito is another person. Polito is here, so Polito does the front end alongside me. So it's been we're rebranding how we do the front end now, so it's going to be bountied out to some people. So majorly the Spider for Writers Guild, so I ensure that how-to sections and knowledge sections will go into the roll-up every time.
Perfect, no, thank you. So you'll be my point of contact. And then the last one is that I just want to shout out to Kutubu for helping me out with the POAPs, because all of the September sessions, the how-to, the bank utility, and the knowledge session, we couldn't get the POAPs out partly because we were waiting for the POAPs to be polled, and secondly because I was behind. So Kutubu has helped me sort out everything, so we are current with all the POAPs that I need to send out for August, and I'll start doing the September ones in a few days' time. And I think that's all I have. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. That was a great update. Thanks, Quiet Fox. I had an idea as you were in the budget restriction. Maybe we should talk about asking for an additional grant rather than pulling back on our educational material. It's definitely something I think is worth talking about. I don't know the feasibility of that, but I would hate to restrict how much we're helping just because the funds aren't there.
No. Obviously, going forward, we will be bringing it up. But I'm saying that right now we have to work with what we've got. And I think, like I said, we have got, a spillover from season 4. But going forward, we can actually pre-plan what we want to do for the next season, cost it out, and then we actually have a costed, verifiable plan that we can actually propose for the next season. Definitely. Because I think it's a good thing. People are responding to it. And so, I think it's, it's a little bit of visibility for Education Guild. And now that we're putting it on the weekly roll-up and we are representing it on the new joiner session, and anyone that has got a how-to also, flags up what the next session is going to be. So we're actually promoting it within the different structures. So, and it's getting quite a good feedback. So that's good.
Excellent.
Thanks.
All right, I think we've got talent coordinator work group up next. Do we have a talent group or a talent coordinator here to present? OG's here.
Yeah, GM everyone.
GM.
Yeah, so we had a total of 7 people onboarded this week. Yeah, kudos to Vicky One for the onboarding calls he did this week. The TC work group has been doing a very wonderful work. Shout out to every one of them, to Vicky One, Spirito, Abanti, Oge. They've been doing an amazing work. They've been online every day, making sure that new members are being onboarded well. Yeah. Then the second one, the TC work group has also been very getting rough channel and helping new members, new members that are joining the DAO, and also directing folks that are interested in contributing in the Edu Guild. And also during the office hour I had last week, I had a fellow. I onboarded someone named Hamzat. He said that he would like to join the education work group. I think he's on this call. He's a writer and he does research too. So I think his talent is going to be of a great use in education work group and also in Edu Guild generally. So yeah, looking forward to a better week this week. Yeah, that's it from the TC work group. Thank you.
Nice. Thanks, OG. Welcome, Hamzat. We've got a spot in the end of this call for introducing new members. So if you're still around and you'd like to say hey and introduce yourself, we'd love to hear from you. OG, I just got to quick shout you out here. I've been seeing you grinding big time, onboarding all the new people coming into the DAO. You're doing a great job not letting anybody fall through the cracks. I like what I'm seeing. You're doing awesome, and I threw you some give, so keep up the great work.
Yeah, thank you, Zifai. Thank you so much.
All right, admin work group. Think Decade, would you like to update us on admin happenings?
Sure, GM everyone. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend. First update is Coordinate. And so let me start by apologizing to everyone. We had a slight issue with the total number. I realized that, so in season 4, we calculated the amount for each month. I realized that this season we didn't actually talk about that calculation. So I did the calculation with 50,000 bank in total. But I think because we did not discuss, I think we thought we were going to just use the season 4 proportions, which was 66,000 for the first month. And so a lot of folks reached out to me. I think Livisi did the calculation and shared this thing. So there was a little bit of confusion there. So I am guessing that we are going to stick to the season 4 one. And so that would mean that there is a mistake in the use of the 50,000 total. And so I have created a poll to determine the next step for this. And so there are 2 options. Option 1 is either to distribute the remaining 16,600 bank, or we adjust for next month Coordinate. And so we have 150,000 bank for the rest of the season. So we can probably split it 75-75 for the rest of the season. So that is that to determine the next step. So if you have not voted, please check the EduGov and vote. And this also brings up an interesting thought that I would like to present to the guild and see if see what the guild thinks. All right, so the Education Guild is running a little bit short on budget, and as a result of that, the knowledge, it might affect the number of knowledge and how-to sessions that we might be having. So I'm proposing that we can actually move 50,000 bank from the coordinate pool and then redirect it to the Education Guild budget pool, and then retain 100,000 bank for the rest of the season. So that would mean 50,000 bank each for the rest of the season, right? So every month we have 50,000 bank, which are just looking at the efficient use of funds, and I think the Education Guild coordinate is relatively high. I mean, even with the 50,000 bank is this thing. So if Education Work Group, which is like the main sort of focus of the guild, is running low on budgets, and it would be a good idea to direct some of the coordinate funding there, then I think it might be a good idea. So this is one thought on that. So I guess I would should I maybe pause for a discussion around this before I continue with my update, or should I finish my update and then the house can discuss?
I think a pause is appropriate here. We do have time, and I know I've got a couple of questions. I'm having trouble kind of following all those numbers, and a visual sheet would be helpful for me. I don't know if anybody else is on the same page there, but it sounds to me like we have an overall guild budgetary restriction and another education work group budgetary restriction, and then a separate issue where 50,000 instead of 66,000 bank was allocated to the coordinate round. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Do we have the bank available currently to make up that difference? Like, do we have it in the budget to disperse another 16,000 bank?
Yes, we have. So if you look at our season 5 budget, we have a portion for coordinate. And
do you have a link? Do you have a link to that? Or could you share your screen?
Yep. Let's see.
I think it'd just be easier for everybody to follow along that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me go to the no, I mean, you have your screen open, right, Z5?
Mm-hmm.
So just go to the forum, like open a new tab and go to the forum. Yes. And then go to the search button and type in Education Guild. Check the season 5 proposal.
There we go.
Yep, and scroll down a little bit to the numbers.
But why people? Why do we refer that we don't have enough bank? Because we do have enough bank.
We do have enough bank. I agree, but going forward, we might have a problem. So, okay, let me explain it. The education work group's limit for a month is 85,000 bank.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Now,
yes.
When I calculated everything that I would need for this month, okay, and this is a rough calculation for September, I came up with 103 bank, and this it'll probably be 105 bank. Okay, so that's why I'm saying I'm over budget by the 85,000, but if you look at the budget tracking that I am doing, we do have another sort of like 42,000 from last month's season. So I am okay for September, but I will be in trouble if I just use the allocated bank, minimize it, and then try to make it meet 85,000. All right. Or I pull a bit of extra from the other extras that we have, because we have 56,000 excess from season 4 for the Cross Guild, 51,000 excess from talent coordinator, and I think admin is quite low. It's only about 15,000. So if we work as a guild, we should be okay. But if I work as a work group, I'm in trouble.
Gotcha. Okay. That's better. That's a better shape than I thought we were in. Thank you for that explanation.
Okay.
All right. So then as far as the coordinate budget thing, we still allocated the correct amount at the beginning of the season, right? It's just that this payment went out with the wrong base number.
Yep.
So we do have it in the budget to just disperse the additional 16,000 if that's how we vote, right?
Yep.
Cool. So this sounds like a fairly easy fix.
Oh yeah, it's
we either disperse it now in a second payment or just roll it into next month, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I feel ready to vote. Does anybody else have questions or things they'd like clarification on? Now's an awesome time.
I think my personal opinion, we should go ahead with what are your plans, Quiet Fox. So we will see in October where we stand. So just do the session that you already planned. So it's not that big of a deal if you are over the budget in
We're
your
fine.
group. So yeah,
Like I said, it's
overall
big
we
thing.
have the banks.
Yeah,
I
it is
agree
not.
with Liberty.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm just telling you that within work group, I'm in trouble. As a guild, we're fine.
No, I think we should go ahead and push as hard as we can on that. So yeah.
Okay.
I kind of would love to go to grants committee and be like, yeah, we're just educating people too well. Can we have some more money?
But we have bank. We have from Cross Guild budget. We have from talent. We have it's there, so it's no problem.
Yeah. I think I think we should just if we can solve the problem within our own guild, I think we should. But I think going forward, if I pre-plan what we're going to do for season 7, we will try and get a number going, mark up that number. I mean, I've got proof now. This is what we're doing. It's physical. It's there. Everybody can see it. So we should be able to be, how do you say, proactive when we go into season 7 is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'd like to get through season 6 before I do season 7.
Exactly.
We've seen season 10 Marvel, so we talked then.
I'm on season 78, you guys. Catch up. Hurry. Good vibes only.
All right. It sounds like we're good and covered here on this discussion. Then, if there's nobody else with questions or comments, we'll let Think jump right back into the rest of his update. Cool. I think the floor is yours, Think Decade.
Thank you very much. And next update is good. Let me just use Z5 screen. Why not?
That's what it's there for.
All right. So this is a reminder for the upcoming Champions Call. I think last week we agreed on Wednesday, 2 p.m. UTC. If my memory serves me right, correct me if I'm wrong. Quiet Fox. And so
I think you said 3 p.m., but I would prefer 2 p.m.
I mean, we have all of the charms here, so let's just reconfirm and reaffirm. Wednesday, 2 p.m. UTC, LC, you good?
Yep.
Wednesday, 2 p.m. UTC, OG, you good?
No.
Wednesday, 2 p.m. UTC, Quiet Fox, you good?
Good.
Okay, so I'm also good on Wednesday, 2 p.m. UTC. So,
OG, can you do 3 p.m. then?
Yeah, I can do 3 p.m.
Okay, so go through again. 3 p.m. is late for me, but it's fine. We don't do this often, so I'm okay for 3 p.m. too. What about you and we can leave you?
It's okay. I can do 2, 3. It's okay.
all right, same here.
Okay, all right. So I'm the odd one out, so 3 p.m.
Yeah, 3 p.m. Thank
Is this
you.
our champions call?
Yeah.
We've been trying to plan this for a season and a half. Congrats, everybody.
Down on the calendar.
Yeah. Let's get it. Next update is I have this question for the guild. Should we update our multi-sig? So we have 4 additional non-champions on our sig, but some of them are no more, almost like no more active in the DAO. Again, they do try to sign when we call their names, but I mean, for a multi-sig where members are not active and they for the past like 6 months or so they haven't been active and trying to keep an active treasury management system, is it reasonable to keep them? Because they have clearly indicated that they might not have the bandwidth. And so in the event where they go completely off and we don't hear from them, do we blame them, or what do we do as a guild, right? So this is something that I want to, and obviously I think we have people here who would do well on the SIG, and so this is some discussion that I wanted the guild to have and to determine next steps.
The multi-sig is not correct, OG Z5.
That was what
because
I was going to ask. Is this right now?
We should have the 4 champions there, and I think it's Veritas and Angus and Finn, correct? Or think
Homeless. Is Homeless still there?
This definitely needs to be updated.
Yeah, and
definitely.
The thing is that this page is not available to us. I think there was this, I tried reaching out to the Upskill to make it available to us. Well, it's good. Okay, Zifa, you are in the Upskill, so this is a good opportunity to see if some of us can get access to this page. And that's why we have not been able to update it. It's only available to the Upskill.
Yes, and I had reached out to Ops Guild for updating the AV Guild multisig and asked for permission. Hang on.
Yeah, so your Notion Ninja, you should have somebody in the Education Guild with permissions to access this. So I actually have permissions in Relationships and Research Guild to manage their multisig page. And so essentially it's the governance coordinator that has access to these pages for research and relationships. So it is something that you can get permissions to. If you have a Notion Ninja or whatever, or somebody specifically on Notions that's there for the permissions and stuff, they should have access to it.
Okay. The first time that I had reached out, Ops kind of told me they wanted to keep control of it. I only happen to have access to this page because I've just recently become active in Ops Guild. So before I change anything, I'll reach out to them and ask, just for procedure's sake.
Yeah, and I am in Ops Guild too a little bit with their Notion. So maybe that's why I have it, but I've had it for a long time now, since the changeover.
Okay.
So this page that you're showing, Z5, it's the Education Guild page, right? Education Guild Notion page. So are you saying that section doesn't belong to us? It's controlled by somebody else?
That's
or
correct.
can we
All the multi-sig lists are within Ops Guild's Notion page. So this, if I follow these breadcrumbs here, it does not take me to Education Guild. It takes me to Ops Guild.
Okay, so even though I have full access to this particular page, I cannot change this?
If you have access, I would think that you can change it. I was just surprised. I didn't think anybody outside of Ops was being given access to the multi-sig.
No. Yeah, but I mean, oh, I see what you're saying. Because this exists in the Education Guild page, but the breadcrumbs do not lead to Education Guild. That's what you're saying, correct?
A link to this page exists within the Education Guild Notion, but this page itself lives within Ops Guild.
Ops Guild. All right, got it.
Yeah, if you remember what happened last December, November, somebody came in and changed things in Notions because the access was pretty open, and essentially the DAO realized, well, we don't want people changing the multi-sig addresses of the guilds and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why Ops Guilds manages the permissions on the Treasury page, so that there's the Treasury addresses that can't be swapped out or altered in any way. And If you recall, they're paying each guild $13,000 a season for Notion administration, and that role should have the permissions to this page.
I agree with you, and I think that's something that we should bring up tomorrow in the Notion admin workstream, and just have that formally added to the task list for that position.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. So, Quiet Fox, you see this link here?
Yeah.
It's actually it's listed here, but it's actually set up as a link, so that's why it kind of looks like it belongs to Education Guild.
Understood. I got it. No problems.
Cool. All right, so we can definitely get that updated, and I'll check in Ops tomorrow and make sure that's given a green light. And as long as we have a new list of the new multi-signers and their addresses, I can get that swapped out this week.
GM, everyone.
Jim.
I'm the Ops Guild Notion admin, and I could, reach out to the guild coordinator and help out with that.
Okay, I think that's probably not a bad idea to get a couple of different voices on it. But one way or another, it sounds like we're covered for this week. We'll make sure that's up to date.
Coming back to what Think was saying, I definitely agree. There are people who are no longer in the DAO or no longer active in the DAO, and it's already been close to 6 months. So I think for their sake as well as ours, we need to get a few more people who are proactive.
Agreed. So Think then, how would you like to proceed with updating the multisig? I thought we had an updated list. It just wasn't the list showing up here. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. Very good. So if you could paste me the list, either DMs or drop it in the Gov channel, I'll verify with Ops and get that list updated for us. This is still accurate, right? 4 of 7?
Yeah, it's 4 of 7.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so another action item to this is to make sure that the Education Guild admin or one of the admins of the Education Guild have actual access to the page, so that we don't always have to go to Ops Guild for this.
That I will have to verify with Ops. I will follow up on it, but when I asked about this before, they specifically denied access to anyone within AV Guild and requested that I submit the changes to Ops to have them change it. So they might want to just keep it in-house. Either way, though, I'll ask them this week.
Okay, cool. All
right. It does make sense. It does make sense for Ops Guild to hold the control, because this is quite an important function. So maybe we need to make a link that, if we change it, we need to have it to go to Ops Guild to get them to change it, I think.
Right.
I'm in Ops Guild. I change it.
Oh, I mean, I can change it too. I have edit access to that page. I just don't want to be abusing powers just because I happen to have edit access to the page. I still want to respect your procedures and security.
Well, it's not abusing because you're only updating the persons that are signers. That's it. You are not modifying the say.
So are you saying I should just go ahead and update it?
I already did that.
All right, cool. Well, that's taken care of. Anything else for admin work group?
Yeah.
I think I have problems with my internet.
Yeah, LVC are cutting out.
We should change Homeless and Angus because they are not active anymore.
Okay.
Veritas and Finn, it's active. They help us sign transactions. So.
Is Finn still around? I haven't seen him for a while. And
Yep, he's still around.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so next update is new joiner session. So new joiner session 3 is coming up next week, 19th September, 2 p.m. UTC. The calendar event is up. The form is ready. And so if you are new here, I see a couple of new folks here. That is a great session to attend and understand how the DAO operates, and how to get involved in certain areas. And if you also have any issues or questions, it's a great place to ask for some clarification. So if you check the calendar channel right now, you would see it. I did tag a couple of folks, the facilitators and the admins to the event. So that is that. So we are going full speed, and next week is the date. And that is what I've got on the new joiner session. I don't know if we should do like a Twitter promotion, because now we have the Twitter account. So fortunately, Quiet Fox and me, I think, are those who have the Twitter account. Both of us are not that active on Twitter. We are not Twitter people. So what to do?
I wouldn't mind trying to learn it, but I'm a little overloaded right now. But I think, how do I put it? Is anybody here active on Twitter?
Yeah, I am.
Who was that?
It's Andy.
There we go. Should we perhaps elect a Twitter account runner?
But I think before we do that, we need to figure out how we're going to promote this, come up with the wording, and every 2 weeks, how much Twitter posting can be as many as we want, correct, Tundi? It's not controlled in any way, correct? I can put out as much as I want.
I think so.
But I didn't get that. Sorry. Can you please come again?
No, you can post as much as you want, correct, on Twitter?
Yes, definitely.
So what do you think? Should we put one out for next week just to see what the reaction is? And then in my feedback, I'll put in, how did you get to know about this? Discord or Twitter or friend? Just to track.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
One question, quite first and Thindigate. The new joiner section, sorry if I'm going a little bit astray from what we're discussing already. Is it weekly? Are we running it weekly right now?
It's every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. Mic check.
We can hear you.
Oh, yeah. So Thompson, yeah, it's once every 2 weeks.
Oh, my bad again. One of the questions I asked in the last new joiner session was, what other time would you like a new joiners session? Remember, we were trying to see if we can help the other time zone. So I have honestly not gone through it yet, but I'll see if I can get an answer for the next admin work group meeting.
Cool. And we already have enough facilitators lined up for that event as well?
Facilitator doesn't seem to be an issue. We got the same set, so that's pretty good. Yeah, think?
Yep. I've tagged Ernest, I've tagged you, Zifa, I've tagged LC, Jenga, Jojo, Marvel, Quiet Force, myself. For now, we are good on the facilitators aspect.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I may miss this next one. Sorry, I posted on General Family IRL.
No problems. And I did a little bit of an experiment the last new joiners, but I didn't have time to tell everybody. I can facilitate, but the problem is that the Zoom sort of kicks out people, or people just leave or don't know what happens, and then they come back in, and then I have to come out of my, facilitators room to get these people into different rooms. So I am going to be roaming facilitator because I think it is better to have 5. The last time I did 5 with 6 in each room, plus 1 facilitator, so that's 7. And that seems to be a number that people can cope with. Can you guys give me a feedback? Was that number okay? 6 to a facilitator, or was that too much?
6 is okay. Any more than that gets too long for the 20 minutes or 24 minutes to give your pitch and then listen to them. So that worked well with you as Rover. I like that. Thank you.
Okay. The other reason is because sometimes I find this weird thing happening where you have a group of people that talk a lot and another group of people where you're trying to, pull teeth to try to get them to talk. Have you guys had any of that experience?
100.
Yep.
Yeah. So
exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
That is the problem. So, and that's the luck of the draw, isn't it? What I don't go down. I sort of jump around and just do a random pick. So there's really no way we know whether it's going to work or it's not going to work. So yeah, okay, I'll stick to 6. And if we need more than that, then I'll try and see what I can do. Pull someone else in to facilitate. But I'm going to be roaming facilitator from now on because it's not very, it's not very nice for the people in the room that I am in if I keep going out and coming back in just because I need to redistribute people to the rooms. Okay, thanks.
Sounds like a good plan. Any other questions or comments or last minute updates regarding the new joiners session?
Yeah, I was asking a question, but I don't know what happened, if I got rugged or something. I was asking if the new joiners section are done weekly now.
Oh, yeah,
No.
You might have gotten rugged. They're bi-weekly. They're every 2 weeks.
Okay. I need help with this because I was going to add this to the roll-up, but I couldn't find any calendar for it. So, and it was weekend, right? We do walk distance over the weekend, and it's very difficult to get people online to do like the little issue I had with getting Quiet Force to create the search calendar for it. So maybe we be in touch with I think maybe Think Decade is in charge of this new journal section. Can get in touch with him to know when the next one will be, and get the search calendar early so that anyone that is working on the newsletter can have it out there. So, and I do this regularly anytime I'm there, but it's just emphasis for the new people that will be joining the work stream for the newsletter. So, that is what I mean, an early search calendar, so that we can have a link to bring people who maybe, I don't know, 2 days earlier than the roll-ups are always going out on Saturdays. So maybe on Thursday we can get the search link. It will be very easy to get people. I believe we've been getting people from the new joiners section already.
That sounds like a good idea. Thanks for that feedback. We will work on earlier and more timely links for promotion. But for this one that is this week, I believe the session is already up. Calendar event here should be live. So if there's anything that we could do for that one, I know we're missing the roll-up, but that one is available. Going forward, I think we'll just have to be probably posting links on the weeks we're not doing the new joiner session, and then having the actual session, every other week.
Actually, you still can post this, can't you? But you can still get it out on Saturday, and we still can advertise it Saturday, Sunday, and it's on Monday. So it's minimum, but it's worth it.
Yes,
Say again?
I agree. I just realized this is next week, Tuesday, not this week. So yeah, we do have.
Yeah, so we have time.
Roll up.
So you can go out on this week's roll up, and then for next week, then we can have it in 2 roll ups. One saying it's going to be the week after, and the other one saying it's going to be this week.
All right, cool. No problems. Maybe we can get a private thread for links to how to sections done, because it gets buried on time in the general chat or in the work group thread, something like a separate thread where we'll have links for all the how to sections, knowledge sections for promoters that are moving it to the guilds for advertisements and all of those.
Yeah, we'll try to consolidate everything and get it to you, so you don't have to chase too many people.
Sounds great.
Great.
Thanks for taking point on that, Quiet Fox. I want to be excuse me. I want to be mindful of everybody's time. We do have just 7 minutes left here before the end of the meeting, so I'd like to quick touch on any general guild sentiments and opinions, anything that needs to be brought up, if it can be fairly quick, and still have some time to let Hamzat introduce himself or themselves, if they'd like. So do we have any general guild questions, comments, concerns, sentiments, anything that needs to be brought up here?
Edu-Guild strong.
Edu-Guild strong. Good
Quiet
vibes only.
Levu. Oh, great. Doing good. Much best. Strongest season yet.
Great vibes, everybody. Great vibes.
Yeah, I got one thing. And it is to the promotion work group. So LC. So one of the suggestions that we have is to have a Twitter account for the guild. And looking at how things have started to come together with the Lido, for instance, and the Uniswap upcoming, etc. It might be interesting to start creating a system for outward facing. And I mean, we don't have to use it now or whatever, but it's good to start creating the system, right? So we are suggesting that, and this is me and Zifi, whilst we were working on like the governance doc, just sort of popped up, and we should.
Great idea.
Yeah, so that's the suggestion.
Yep, yeah, great idea. I'm totally up for it. So yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
I'm working on that. I will try to find people interested in maybe getting involved. So we will start that for sure.
Hello, everyone, please.
Hey,
Jim,
Dan.
who was that?
Hello, please. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can. Are you a new member looking to introduce yourself?
Yes, actually, I joined about 2 weeks ago, and I haven't been doing anything. I text the DM Tinted yesterday, telling him that I want to contribute because I've just been idle in the guild the last 2 weeks. I don't know how to get started. Like, I've not been put in where to start. And I've been in the degree for the past 2 weeks. I attended the last journal section. So please, is there any way you can at least to help me navigate my role? That's what I'm just asking. Please just put me through it because I've been willing to contribute since the past 2 weeks and I'm here to, to find my way.
I was having trouble understanding that. I think I got about half of it. It sounds like you've been around the guild for a couple of weeks, and I thought I heard you mention something about the new joiner session.
Yes, I mean, I attended the last new joiner section. So ever since then, I've been for the past 2 weeks now, and I've not been doing anything. Like I've been able to contribute to the guild. So maybe you can just help me out and let me start contributing.
Sure. Have you been onboarded through the Education Guild yet? If you're looking to join Education Guild, we could get you onboarded there.
I don't think so. Onboarding, I don't think so.
All right. Well, OG, if you're around, it sounds like we've got another candidate for some onboarding. A little bit of a welcome party there.
Yeah, so Akorede, when will you be chanced to get you onboarded? One thing about all this is even if a new joiner joins the guild, there's no way we will know unless the person says, okay, I'm a new member and I would like to, know what the guild is all about, how can I contribute and stuff like that. Then we can get you onboarded. But you didn't do any introduction, say something like that. So when will you be chanced so that we will get you onboarded?
Awesome. Thanks for taking point on that, OG.
Anytime is fine.
I didn't get you, sir.
I said anytime is fine. Just give me the time.
Okay.
Just give me any time.
Yeah, there will be an onboarding call today again by 6 p.m. UTC. So feel free to join. It will be in the water cooler. Yeah.
Excellent. And then it looks like our only other new member here this week is Hamzat. Would you like to introduce yourself, say hey, and let us know, what you like, what you're into, what your skills are, anything like that?
Hey, everyone.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you for welcoming me. So I joined Bankless Day actually a while back, but I had not started contributing actively until recently. That was a few days ago, and I have been successfully onboarded into the education and writers teams, and I think Bankless Africa too. So yeah, basically, like Uji said, I am a technical writer and a content creator, but I also have considerable experience with operations, research, and a bunch of other stuff actually. So I am actually just happy to be part of the Bankless community and to be relentless. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for joining. And if you haven't been onboarded officially to the Education Guild, 6 p.m. UTC, feel free to join that as well. It sounds like you already have, though. It sounds like you were chatting with OG just the other day, so you should be all set. If you do have any questions beyond that, don't hesitate to reach out. We're all here to help.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right, everybody. And with that, I think we have concluded our meeting right on time. So thanks for coming. Thanks for contributing. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you, Zephi. I have just some very little question for Quiet Force. How do you say you are trying to get maybe train someone else on an assist or the facilitation for new joiners section? So I'm indicating interest for that. If you want to train someone, I'm available to help out in any way I can for the facilitation. Yeah.
All right, we'll keep you on the list. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'll just point out for folks, if you go to the live sessions calendar, you can see the workshops that are being planned, or the how-to sessions, and there's a property on all of these sessions called learners. And so if you're interested in learning and attending the workshops and being part of the development of them, add yourself to the learners property. And of course, your Discord name should match your Notion name. It makes it easier to be found in the system. And that would be a great way to let those of us that are stewarding these sessions know, like, who wants to learn, and who's, a learner and attending, the workshops repeatedly, so that we can, invite them, into the teaching process during the workshop.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for that, Ernest. Okay, got to go. See you guys. Thank you so much.
See you, Quiet Fox. Have a good one.
Been holding my mic to second. When is it coming?
Oh, I didn't even offer the option to second, so I think I'll motion right now to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
There we go.
Shit. Enjoy the rest of your week, everyone. Nice one.
That's two times this week, boy.
Yeah, you are leading.
I'm not used to being on this side of it. I'm not used to being on the first. It's a whole new experience.
Right. See you. Have a good one, guys.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.